Good morning, children. A very good morning. I hope that you all are staying at your home and be safe. Now, without wasting our time, I would like to teach you about few diseases like scurvy, rickets, goitre. Before teaching, I would like to show few pictures one by one. You will observe the picture very carefully and then one by one I will explain all these pictures according to your book. This diseases also carry few questions in your exercise. This diseases is an abnormality of the body parts. This is called the disease. The first, see the picture, scurvy. As I think you have observed the picture very carefully and understood what type of this disease and how much it damages our mouth and the jaw and the teeth. This is scurvy. This disease is a scurvy. This is caused because of the deficiency of vitamin C in our diet. And as I have discussed in the previous classes, vitamin C is a water soluble vitamin that affects our jaw and joints also and teeth also, and jaw becomes swollen, jaw becomes swell and started bleeding, and our tooth becomes loose and it started bleeding. Whenever we brush our teeth, some blood come out with our paste. So such abnormality found in our mouth and with the jaw and the teeth, this is called scurvy. A person with scurvy tend to become weak and anemic. A person that having deficiency of vitamin C becomes weak and anemic. Anemic, do you know? Because of the bleeding from the gums. Because of the bleeding from the gums, that person becomes anemic. Anemic means deficiency of blood also. Daily by daily, few blood coming with our during brushing. That means there cause a deficiency in our body. Deficiency of blood in our body. And person becomes anemic. Anemic means suffering from anemia. That is a disease caused because of the deficiency of blood in the body. So this person that have inadequate amount of vitamin C in their diet, they may suffer from scurvy as well as from anemia also because of the bleeding from the gums and jaw because of deficiency of vitamin C. Have you understood what is scurvy, how they occur in our body, how they occur in our mouth? Have you seen picture also how our tooth becomes deformed and muscles also become swollen and red in color? That is clear. I think you have understood the disease scurvy. Now observe the second abnormality in the body. Our bones becomes deformed, knees becomes knocked knees. Knocked knees means touching each other, and legs becomes bow shaped. Look at the picture carefully. Have you seen picture one by one? This picture is the abnormality in the bones, and this disease is called rickets. This disease rickets is caused because of the deficiency of vitamin D in our diet. Vitamin D deficiency cause rickets. As I have discussed about vitamin D in the earlier classes also, vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin. Vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin. Vitamin D only soluble in fats. So the fats are important in our body. One more thing, our body also, our skin also produce vitamin D. You know, whenever we oil our body and sit under the sun bath, that means then our body automatically prepare vitamin D in our body. This vitamin D enables calcium and phosphorus absorption. This vitamin D stimulates the absorption of calcium in our body. If there is a deficiency of vitamin D in our body, that means deficiency of calcium and phosphorus also occur. Vitamin D helps in the absorption of calcium and phosphorus. Vitamin D also maintain the calcium and phosphorus level in our body, and this calcium and phosphorus maintain our density of our bones. Bones density is maintained by calcium and phosphorus, and presence of calcium and phosphorus in our body due to the presence of the intake of the vitamin D. This vitamin D deficiency mostly seen in the very poor families that are not able to afford food that are rich source of vitamin D, calcium and phosphorus. Mostly some abnormalities are absorbed in the smaller children, young children. If one child suffers from such diseases, so this abnormality persists up to the old ages. One small kid suffers from such abnormality, so these diseases persist throughout their life. They can't be managed. They can't again improve or maintain the healthy bones. Now listen next. And deficiency of vitamin affect our bones in such an extent that small children or kid delayed in walking, crawling or sitting. They take much time to walk and crawl and sit, and their legs become bow-shaped, bend like this, and sometimes you have seen two bones like this touches each other. Bones touch each other. This is the deformity of the bones. Bones becomes bent, like bow and like touching each other. This abnormality are seen in the mostly in the age group of all the age group. This take place in the earlier stages in the child, and this is also seen in the older age also, because it occurs in the childhood age. And sometimes we have also seen some children having chest like pigeon chest, जिसको बोलते हैं, that is a pigeon chest. Chest become like pigeon. This is also an abnormality. Pigeon chest is also an abnormality because of the deficiency of calcium and phosphorus in our body. This deficiency of calcium and phosphorus in our body is because of the deficiency of vitamin D, because vitamin D stimulate the absorption of calcium and phosphorus. If there is a deficiency of vitamin D, that means automatically deficiency of calcium and phosphorus in our body, and some body parts, especially bones, that bend in the different ways. They touch or get separated. So such abnormality in the bones are called rickets. As I think you have understood what is rickets and why this disease ricket is caused. because of the which type of vitamins. Okay, is it clear? Have you understood? If you are not able to understood, you will give me feedback, ma'am, I have not understood these diseases, so I will explain it again in the next class. You have observed the picture, abnormality in the neck region, this neck having swelling in the neck region, some people having swelling here, this is the bulging out, this neck is bulging out, this is an abnormality because of the deficiency of iodine in our diet. Do you know iodine? I have discussed in the previous classes. Iodine is a chemical, this is a mineral. Iodine is a mineral that is very important for the maintaining our health. This iodine play very important role in the regulation of the thyroid gland. This neck region having thyroid gland. Do you know thyroid? There is a thyroid gland. This thyroid gland works with the help of iodine. Iodine play very important role in the regulation of thyroid glands. These thyroid glands release thyroxine. This is an endocrine glands. This is an endocrine glands that secrete hormones. Just like enzyme, the endocrine glands secrete hormones. Whenever I meet in the classroom, I will discuss properly in the classroom by explaining each and everything. I have shown few pictures of the people suffering from goitre. All these people having swelling in the neck region. This is the abnormality in the thyroid gland because thyroid gland is located in our neck region. This thyroid gland function with the help of iodine. If there is a deficiency of iodine in our diet, that means the thyroid gland will not function properly. That means the thyroid glands secrete thyroxine. They will not secrete thyroxine in the proper amount. And what is the role of thyroxine? Do you know? Thyroxine stimulate the rate of respiration. Food, whatever food we taking, that are oxidized with the help of thyroxine. This thyroxine helps in the oxidation of food. That means ki respiration, oxidation of food. If there is deficiency of iodine in our diet, this thyroid gland will not function properly. Thyroid secrete thyroxine. This thyroxine is released in very little amount, so that can't coming out of the thyroid glands. Thyroid glands do not able to, thyroxine do not able to come out of the glands. The little amount of thyroxine remain inside the glands, and glands slowly bigger. This bigger gland shows as a swelling and swelling in the neck region. This is an abnormality. This abnormality is called goitre. Do you know? Goitre, mostly goitre are seen in the people that are living near the mountainous region. Near the mountainous region, because in the mountainous region, soil and water are poor in iodine. Soil and water are poor in iodine. So the people are not able to take iodine in the proper amount. So the people of that region, mountainous region, suffer from goitre disease. So our government distribute iodized salt free of cost among the mountainous people. For what? For prevent them from the disease goitre. What are the sources of iodine? You know, You will ask the question from me, okay ma'am, what is the sources of iodine? The sources of iodine actually the seafood. So the people living near the sea, coastal areas, near the sea, in the coastal area, they never suffer from goitre because they use seafood in their diet. So they having the sufficient amount of iodine in their body, so they never suffer from goitre. People that are living in the coastal area, they do not suffer from goitre. But those people that live in the mountainous region, the land, soil and water are poor in iodine. So the people in the mountainous region suffer from goitre. Do you know? Is it clear? What is thyroid glands? There is a gland. This is the thyroid gland. This thyroid gland secrete a thyroxine hormone. Secrete thyroxine. That is the hormones. These hormones regulate the metabolism. Do you know metabolism? Do you know metabolism? Metabolism means whatever the food that we eat, they get a breakdown and produce energy. This thyroxine play very important role in the metabolism of the food, so that our body, whenever have you seen the people that suffer from thyroid glands, so they become fatter or the thinner. People that suffer from thyroid gland, so they becomes fatter or thinner because metabolic rate is disturbed because of the deficiency of thyroxine. This deficiency of thyroxine because of the deficiency of iodine, because iodine regulates the production of thyroxine. If there is no iodine, means ki no production of thyroxine. If no production of thyroxine, that means ki our glands become bigger and bigger, and this bigger glands show the bulging in the neck region. So such abnormality are called goitre. Do you know ki whenever there is a deficiency of the iodine in the younger children, whenever the children are developing inside the mother's womb, if the children are inside the mother's womb, mother's body before the birth, if there is a deficiency of iodine, then the child becomes mentally abnormal, mental retardation, abnormal in their growth. Their growth becomes abnormal if there is a deficiency of iodine whenever the child is inside the mother's womb, inside the mother's body before their birth. That time if there is a deficiency of iodine, so that child becomes mentally abnormal and their growth are retarded. They becomes abnormal. So the iodine play very important role in the well functioning of the thyroid glands also, and this function of thyroid glands is because of the iodine. So iodine is very important. All these iodine are required in our body in very little amount, but very important. We are daily by daily, your mother uses iodized salt, Tata iodized salt. Why? Do you know why? To regulate the function of thyroid glands, because we never suffer from this disease goitre. Clear? It is clear? Have you understood? Clear? And at last I will give you few questions related all these topics. You will solve the questions and show me as you show by the clouds. I will discuss, I will correct the question answer. Clear? Have a nice day.